morning to you. Truly delighted to join you at the NASSCOM Tech Startup Report 2022 this morning. And the report does show a lot of good news and a lot of potential, and really reflects or gives a highlight of the outstanding performance that our startups have over the last few years demonstrated. In fact, I believe the new India is today being led by a new troika of innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship, ITE, which in a way will grow further the original ICE, where we talked of information, communication, and entertainment. I mean, I'm sure we all very fondly remember when the concept of ICE was introduced. And we've all experienced such wonderful growth. We've seen the excitement around these sectors in the last couple of decades, that today I can see that same vibrancy and same potential in the way our startups are growing in the ITE areas. My own sense is that the growing relevance of our startups is also reflected in the recognition that the new age is going to be all about innovation, the spirit of inquiry, invention, R&D, and that is happening in a variety of ways. But technology is at the hub of it. And certainly the entrepreneurial spirit, the bug that has bitten all of us, all our young boys and girls. Why do I say young? All of us. We have persons of our age who are now venturing out and starting new ideas, new thoughts, using our depth of our experience over 25, 30 years to come up with newer ways to do the same thing better, smarter. I truly think that a major economic and societal shift is evident, and the startups are playing a very important role in making that happen. We all celebrated the spirit of innovation through the Startup India Innovation Week, which was celebrated last week as a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And as you very rightly pointed out, the growing number of unicorns, the growing interest in taking our IPO, our startups to the IPO stage and public listing, the increasing interest of institutional investors, the very, very intensified participation of large corporates, which you just spoke about, the big depth of sectors that you highlighted are now being engaged with in the startup movement, will become the harbinger of wealth creation for 1.35 Indians aspiring for a better quality of life. I was just seeing that we have added 43 unicorns since we launched the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, some of them also in January. We are now 45 weeks into Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the 75-week program that Prime Minister had launched sometime in March last year. We are well on track to do 75 unicorns in this 75-week period. I was seeing the number of unicorns that have grown in the last year are huge. And I think it will be a fitting reflection of India's growing strength and the relevance of our startups if we are able to, of course, you and I can't really force the issue, but I think the enthusiasm is so great that I won't be surprised if we cross 75 unicorns in this 75-week Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Ladies and gentlemen, we all recall the Prime Minister's recent interaction with the award finalists and the startup entrepreneurs only a week ago, which really gave a new confidence, a new sense of courage to the entire startup story. he has been very kind to announce January 16th as the National Startup Day, which will be celebrated year on year. And 6 years into the launch of Startup India, I think we are growing from a toddler stage or from our infancy into our youth phase. And that is clearly reflected in the growing relevance of startups, the growing numbers that were just shared by Deepjani, the new ideas that are emerging from various discussions, including the presentations that were made before the Honorable Prime Minister, where new ideas on tourism through virtual tours, greater cost-effective solutions for national security or intelligence gathering, even the simple thing which we all always new opportunities. Just like we today see the electric mobility or the autonomous vehicles coming out and almost becoming a global phenomenon, which originally started as a startup idea. We are on our side are trying to take significant steps to boost the startup ecosystem. The angel tax, we all recall, was bothering all of us. Simplification of tax procedures, the self-certification and self-regulation towards which we are moving. We have the budget coming up soon, and all of us are anxiously waiting to see and hear what is done with some of the asks that NASSCOM also had put before us. We've been focused on reducing the burden of compliances. Almost 26,500 plus compliances have either been simplified, digitalized, or completely removed from the statute. We've been able to decriminalize almost 770 offenses or requirements of law. But we are open to your ideas. I've been on many occasions urging all of you to tell us, share with us what could be a better way of running the entire legal framework. What more compliances you think we can either eliminate, simplify, or digitize? What can move to self-certification? What kind of self-regulation mechanisms you can draw up? And the strength of the IT sector, and I've said it on more occasions than one, has been that you were independent. The government was not involved in most of your activities. And I do think the startup ecosystem we would like to see in the same lens and give as much freedom of operation within the realm of law, within the fact that you will self-regulate honestly and fairly and in a balanced manner so that everybody gets equal opportunity. In fact, our unique digital infrastructure, the Aadhaar, DigiLocker, FASTag, CoWIN, the big success story of UPI, all of this have enabled access and affordability. And in a way are democratizing progress, looking at more inclusive growth, giving everybody a chance to be a part of this growing India story. The COVID portal actually showed us and the whole world that India could run the world's largest vaccination program very effectively, very efficiently, with a complete mapping across the country, monitoring it digitally, and probably as we go forward and vaccine certificates become important, India would be absolutely future ready. So these are all the stories which really empower and strengthen our confidence. I also believe that the next UPI moment can be the ONDC, the Open Network for Digital Commerce, which will help new age technology in taking access to the common man at affordable costs and also giving our startups new opportunities to grow in India. It will probably be, I'm told, the first of its kind globally developed in India, or network or a platform to enable interoperability between e-commerce companies and provide small and large players opportunity to reach to the common man, to the nook and corner of the country. We are also expanding our broadband connectivity across the country, which I'm sure will also play an important role as we go forward. And digitalization and technology-enabled solutions are, I believe, in the future going to play an important role as we move people out of the old age thinking, the old age way of working, into connecting them with the modern business world, modern way of working. Our MSMEs are today much more empowered than they ever were before. And this revolution is gradually becoming a household term. Gone are the days when a family leader would or a family elder would be pushing his child to look for a government job or go down the beaten path of a regular university degree for becoming a teacher or a doctor or an engineer only. I think more and more of our youngsters are willing to go down the innovation route, looking at new ideas, they have the courage to take risks. They are willing to fail. They are willing to engage with new ideas with the confidence that some may work, some may not work, but I'll try, I'll give it a shot. And I think that's the hallmark of India, that's the emerging India, which is leaving its mark on the global startup landscape. Investments are at an all-time high, as you just now shared with us, and clearly 2021 will be remembered in the world as the emergence of the Indian startup ecosystem, delivering on several promises that they made, fearlessly chasing opportunities across verticals, edtech, health tech, agri-tech, amongst others, and becoming the champions of India's growth story. I think services exports, which NASSCOM represents, is also another huge success story. Without travel and tourism, hospitality, and some associated pandemic-related shortcomings, we'll have an all-time record export in services. And I'd like to compliment NASSCOM and all of you on this program for the huge role you have all played. Thank you very much on behalf of the entire country, and I wish you well as we go forward. I would like to emphasize on certain important elements that will define the future of our startup ecosystem. I think there are certain basic and core needs of the people of India. For example, providing better access to education and healthcare, having already tasted success on the financial access front. Problems of our farmers, where ENAM as a platform has made some beginnings, but all of us can grow that platform, can expand into newer areas using that platform. We need to focus on high growth, job creating sectors, which will really impact youngsters' mind and create opportunities for a young India, where areas like advertising, marketing, professional services, fitness and wellness, where, for example, yoga is becoming current coin all over the world. At the Dubai Expo, the excitement around our yoga demonstration and the fact that we are allowing you to participate along with our teachers in yoga is really drawing huge crowds. So new areas where we can also connect some of traditional India and offer that to the world, I believe will offer a lot of opportunities. Gaming and sports are two new areas which are just growing exponentially, both in India and across the world. Audiovisual services, which are very expensive in other parts of the world, India can play a very important role in expanding audiovisual services and bringing the best in the world, technologies and opportunities to India. So all in all, as Debjani also mentioned, all of us, particularly the startup ecosystem, should leverage deep tech to build solutions for local and global markets. AI, IoT, big data, data analytics, blockchain, virtual reality, 3D printing, drones, the list is endless. And so are the opportunities. There's huge potential also in our tier 2, tier 3 towns and cities. If we give them proper mentoring, probably more support, I'm sure they can play a much greater and wider role and really impact India's future in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, India also has the G20 presidency in 2023 next year. I'd urge you to give us some new ideas on what could be the themes that we should focus on, that we should develop, resonating with our India vision to solve global problems and with this work that we are all doing to take India to become a developed country in the years to come. In conclusion, I am very confident that this momentum of Indian startup ecosystem will continue in the current year and the years to come. While 2021 was a year in which we defied all odds, I believe 2022 will be the breakthrough year which will unlock India's true and immense exponential value. India at 100 will be renowned as a startup nation, but as the Honorable Prime Minister said yesterday in his speech, the Amrit Kal, the next 25 years as we go into India at 100, the coming 25 years are the period of utmost hard work, sacrifice and tapasya. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all work together, put in our best foot forward and make our collective effort earn the trust of every Indian and the world. Sabka saath, sabka vishwas, sabka vikas or sabka prayas. I truly believe that mantra is becoming more and more relevant. All of us together, sabka saath, all of us working for greater good, sabka vikas, all of us working with trust, sabka vishwas, and the collective effort, sabka prayas, will truly define the India of the next 25 years, taking India to becoming a developed nation as we go into India at 100. Thank you very much.
Mr. Singh, we request you to please hold up the report once. That will be the official launch in this virtual world. Thank you.